seen him, you know what I mean? But I'm so happy to be here and not in the classroom right now, y'all. Give it up for that. Woo! There we go. I know Curtis is smiling now. So we're gonna start today with some good things. No. I'm playing. The two good things for me is the bar is not empty and I'm not driving home tonight. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So I am talking mostly to my teachers tonight, but I appreciate everyone else listening to me. Thank you. This is a lot of fun being up here, but they've asked me a couple times, my old school that I used to work at, they asked me to do stand-up, and everyone was having a good time. I'm like, I'm not sure if this is the best time, right? Like, hey, everyone, shut up and listen to me, because I have way better things to say. Am I right?
Maybe.
Like they said, I am a teacher. Unfortunately, I'm playing. And I am a teacher, like I said, so it's really hard to flex ever, because everyone knows I'm broke as fuck. Right? So it's so hard to flex. Right? I got so broke, guys, that I actually started working the corner every morning and afternoon. Alright? I even wear my special little suit and everything. Alright? I'm talking about crosswalk, by the way. Talking about crosswalk. But one thing about crosswalk I've learned doing crosswalk is I can tell how bad the student is going to be that day on how fast their parents drive away. Alright? Like if they're scooting out of there, I'm like, it's going to be a rough day. Right? One year is so bad, there was a kid that got out of the car and their parent ran over their foot. Right? And then the parent looked back at me and said, it's your problem now. And I said, no, that's CPS, bitch. That's not me. That is not on me. So, I've been doing this comedy thing for a little bit, and I feel like I've had one of the best filters, right? For a comedian to be a comedian and a teacher also, right? Because one thing about being a teacher, I have to have a filter so hard, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have way more hecklers in my classrooms. Talking to you over there, that want to be all hecklers in your classroom. Oh my gosh, they should be like professional hecklers, I think, right? Like, you're doing so good at heckling. All right, that one didn't win. But I do have hecklers in my class, and I really want to roast them, but I can't. You know what I mean? I can't just like do that to a kid. Subconsciously I do, but I don't. But one thing is, I have one that's really good. Y'all want to hear a good roast I have for a student? I don't see any of them here, hopefully. Caleb's not. I'm like, no, so it's usually the kids. It's usually the kids that are interrupting and things that have no clue what's going on, right? And one of them, one time, I wanted to be like, I know you don't know how to read, but read my lips. Right? Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. So most times when I tell people I'm a teacher, they automatically assume that I'm high school, and I'm like a little lower. And they're like middle school, and I'm like, fuck no. I call middle school mental school, because I don't have the mental health or money for therapy. I'm not balling like that, guys. I think if you are a middle school teacher, I feel like you deserve a Purple Heart. Like, honestly. There we go. We got one right here. Clap it up for him. There we go. Someone's going to have a high bar tab tonight. No, I'm just playing, man. Just playing. So, I mean, I am elementary school teacher, so that does mean I am the big man on campus. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I thought the gay comments would stop in middle school, but they didn't. Right? I'm not sure if the guy was hitting on me, but I got that vibe for a sec. So I did recently just shave my beard, y'all can't tell, because I messed it up. And I told my mom, I sent her a picture, and she roasted the shit out of me, guys. Like the worst one I've ever got. Right? She told me, "What are you going for the gay biker look?" And I was like, "Dang, Mom." I got quiet on that one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Alright, avoid those jokes. Alright, I'll remember. No, one thing about being in elementary school, like I said, is a lot of fun until it's time to move furniture. Because guys, if you can't tell, looking from on stage, I'm not a very big guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, that filing cabinet, I can get some other people to help. Patrick in the building, hello. He's got the... But one thing I hate about school, do y'all agree? I think the consequences are getting kind of horseshit. Y'all agree? Yeah. Yeah. Consequences, they're horrible. The worst one is detention. Like, why the fuck do I have to stay here longer? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Right? Like, I'm a superstar on the mic, deal with this, you know. Anyways. One thing that's no longer, we don't use it anymore, but I wanted to use this joke because it's really funny and for teachers, is, do y'all remember that app Class Dojo? Y'all remember that? RIP Class Dojo, right? But what I figured out what Class Dojo really is it's teaching kids at a very young age what prison commissary is.
Oh no!
It's like the same thing. Like they get points for doing things they're supposed to be doing already, and then they spend it on snacks, just like commissary. You know what I mean? When I'm talking to other teachers, which I clearly am tonight, I feel like I'm talking about, when I talk to them how long I've been teaching, I feel like I'm talking about my prison sentence. Right? Like I've been teaching for 10 years, I'm going on life. No, I have not. Yet. No, I'm playing. No, I'm not trying to. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna leave it alone. I had about 6 more jokes that I can hopefully tell about that one. That's my bud over there. I know it's kind of distracting watching the game behind me. It's probably a lot more interesting. But one thing about consequences too, it's like, they were like, Ryan, if you can motivate the students, you don't have to consequence them. And I was like, that's easy, right? Hell no. Right, that's so hard. One time I tried to do a motivational speech and I failed epically, right? Like hard. I went up in front of the class and I said, hey everyone, Texas is ranked 38th in education. Like we can represent Texas so much better. Before I could hit it, a kid in the back yells, who's 39th? And then before I could answer that, a kid goes, who's 3010th? I'm like, Texas, we're trending towards 3010th. And I guess it's my fault.
I mean,
you know, I feel like it's almost too late to blame stuff on the pandemic anymore, right? Like we can't do that anymore, that sucks. It's such an easy scapegoat. Right? But I feel like when during the pandemic, did it annoy any of y'all when all these like parents were like, I'm a homeschool teacher now, I'm a homeschool teacher. And I'm like, I don't see that. That's like me opening up an OnlyFans account and saying I'm a model. Like that's not the same thing. Like not in my book. Not in my book. Right? Fun fact, the high school I graduated from is in the state finals tonight. Can I get some noise for them? The Rangers, Mr. Valley. Well, I bet on the game because I said the Rangers are going to win, but they're both called the Rangers, so got that bet down. But, so when I love playing the football thing, they asked me, they say, Ryan, did you play football in high school? And I said, yes, but you can use the term play lightly, right? Like I was mostly known for being a tackling dummy. Like on my what's it called, on my Letterman, it was like best tackling dummy, right? And I remember it was so embarrassing too because my dad was a football coach, so like he was, you know, not very proud of that. But he tried so hard to get me playing, guys. He tried so hard. One time what he did was he tried to get me to be the holder for the extra point. And I still found a way to fuck that up. Right? Like, I Charlie Brown the shit out of like 3 kids. On accident, it wasn't on purpose. Right? But I'm not sure if you know this, but they take Texas high school football pretty seriously.
Yes.
Right? Go Wall, by the way, can I get some cheers from Wall?
State champion.
No? Okay. That's what a comedian does when he's trying to kill some time. So... I didn't write my lesson plan, so sorry about that. Going off the top. No, I'm just kidding with him. So one thing about me, like I said, I didn't play football in high school, but my students roast me, guys. I'm an easy target. They roast the shit out of me, right? But they don't just roast me. They gas me up too, right? One place they gas me up is the playground, okay? Turns out I'm really good at football with third graders. Like, I moss the shit out of these kids, guys. Like, it's so much fun. I'm like, start listening to the nurse. You don't need a pass. They know where you're coming from. They'll give you an ice pack. You'll be right back out here. Right? Like, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. Right? So clearly I'm the best athlete out there. Duh. Right? And I'm always quarterback for them. Right? And there's always that one student that never gets the ball thrown to them. Right? Y'all notice that? That used to be me back in the day. Right? And I was like, I'm going to change this kid's life. Bad choice. What happened was I threw a perfect spiral right to his hands. Clearly a little too hard to his hands. What happened was it broke his thumb out of place, and he looked back at me like he committed a crime. And I looked back and I said, should have caught it. Like, this is why we don't throw you the ball. I really needed that touchdown. You knew that. And then it was awful because I had to walk this crying kid to the nurse and be like, I just assaulted this kid. That was a joke, by the way, if anyone's actually listening to me. Then I had to tell his parents, but I'm sorry, but your son dropped the ball. Like, literally dropped the ball. Right? And then he got a cast later on, and I was the first one to sign it. And I signed it and I said, catch it next time.
Stupid.
Right? I feel like sometimes we gas kids up a little bit too much, right? Like, they gas me up to be a football player. I feel like we gas them up too much. I had a kid come to me the other day who was like, I want to be an astronaut. And I was like, let's work on tying our shoes first. Right? Like, I don't want you up there in space tripping, man. Like, that's not a good look for America. Right? But I do talk to my students every now and then when I have to, you know?
Wow.
Okay, that's a joke, by the way.
Wow.
I do talk to them sometimes. I ask them sometimes, like, what do you want to be when you're older, right? And I get two things. They want to be a game Twitch streamer or a TikTok influencer. And I'm like, that's just what this world needs.
Thank you.
More of that, right? Then I had one kid come up to me and he was like, I want to be a teacher just like you. And I said, oh my gosh, that warms my heart. But what you should do is you should aim your goals a little bit higher, and then when you miss those goals, become a teacher. All right, that was a little harsh. All right, I love being a teacher. We don't make a paycheck, we make a difference. I have the shirt to prove it, guys. It's official. They pay us and making a difference, so it's awesome. I love it. That's why I'm up here on the mic. If the thing was like I'm gonna be a comedian, I'm like I'm 0 for 2 in the money department, guys. It's rough. It's a lot of. One thing too that let me talk about motivating them again. I'll go back to that. One thing that doesn't motivate them at this young of an age are grades, right? There's like no Harvard out there that's like, we look back on your transcript, fucking around too much in 3rd grade. Not accepted. You know what I mean? Like, and one thing about, I hate grading, guys. I hate it so much. I was like, I had a bright idea one time. I was like, I'm gonna let my students grade me. Bad choice. Do not do that. I do not recommend that. What I did was I told them, I said, it's gonna be anonymous. You don't have to put your name, just give me a grade. These kids wanted to put their name. You know what I mean? And the thing too, and like, I can't even get this kid to write his name on his own paper, but now he wants to write a paragraph about how I suck. Where's the motivation, I guess, right? I hate grading so much that I made a drinking game out of grading. This is more of the X-rated stuff. Every time I fail the kid, I take a shot, right?
Can't confirm.
Bad choice, don't do that either, because I woke up on the floor the next morning not knowing where I was. And I just got through first period. You know what I mean? Not a good one. About a new position that I have, I don't have to do parent conferences as much, which is awesome. I love that. I don't miss parent conferences very much. One parent conference went so south one time, the guy tried to sell me drugs, right? And I was like, you think I can afford these? Like, do I get a teacher discount or something? Your kid can get straight A. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going there. By the way, whew, 15 minutes, all right. Y'all doing all right tonight? Make some noise like y'all are on some break. There we go. So, I can hear my monotone voice a lot, so it's weird. Anyways, so one thing, y'all know that there's a substitute shortage. Y'all hear about the substitute shortage going on? It's hard to find a sub, right? But I feel like it's messed up because we call them subs, which means literally below, right? They're clearly not DOMs, like we get that. Okay. Too far. But I understand why the subs are in disrespect. Like, I understand why there is any, because I see subs the same way as I see side chicks. Alright? The reason why, hear me out, is because you called them up last minute, and you're like, hey, the real person can't be here today. We need a warm body. Be disrespected, don't take pictures, and then go on to the next teacher that needs you. Right? By the way, this is my girlfriend right here. She does exist. I told her I was telling that joke. It's Melinda. Can I get some noise? She does exist. I only have another hour. No, I'm playing. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I really appreciate y'all having me up here. Like I said, I do like to do comedy and stuff. I love doing it for teachers. I was on a Teachers Gone Bad tour, which was a lot of fun. But the thing about Teachers Gone Bad, like, it insinuates that I was good at one point. Like, I never remember that time period. But maybe there was. Never know. Oh, okay, Oklahoma, let's go. So, like I said, one thing too about playing football with my students, I always tell them that Tom Brady and I have a lot in common. And they're like, we have nothing in common, Tom Brady. You don't have the Super Bowl rings, the millions of dollars, the yachts, the ex-wife. And I'm like, no, I don't have any of that. But one thing that I do have is I'm playing football with people that are 20 years younger than me, and I'm winning. Every single game. I've never lost. If my dad could see me on the playground, I think he might be proud of me. I think he would. I'm also the ref, so that kind of helps. Whatever. Like I said, thank y'all so much for having me. My name is Ryan Dale. If y'all could give it up for yourselves for putting through that. Y'all paid attention way better than my class, whatever. So I appreciate y'all. If y'all could do me a favor and follow me on social media, because my mom's my only follower and it's kind of pissing me off. She's liking all my shit, guys. It's really annoying. She does it on purpose now, I think. But thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to be over here drinking some more. Y'all want to buy me a drink? I will not reject you.